Christina's like, Matt's not so bad anymore.
It's so true. You were the bad influence on
I might have
me.
saved Matt's life. And we're back
We are back
with episode 7 of this podcast, I believe. Is that correct, Matt?
I stopped counting at 1.
Yeah. What's this is a clip machine is what we're doing here. That's what the
It's a good
kids
time,
call
though.
it.
Me and Andrew just like to get together, talk with some microphones in our hands, be a little pretentious.
Yep.
It's fun.
Really, I think the main thing, it's a sunk cost fallacy. We've already spent all this money on microphones. And
Andrew spent the money.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
we have a joint bank account, so we both spent the money on it, really, if you think about it.
That's
Matt's
true.
part of our family. It's me and Matt and Christina, my wife.
And then the soon-to-be little Matthew.
Little Matthew, we're going to name him after
The book of the Bible.
the book of the Bible. Yeah, the first book of the Bible. So that's going to be fun.
First book of the Bible.
The first book of the Bible.
Genesis. Little Genesis running around.
That sounds like... if the baby was named Genesis, he wouldn't look like me. I'll just
It's
say
like
this,
you didn't name him. You did not name him Genesis after the book of the Bible. Name him Genesis after the 1980s rock band.
I thought you were going to say after the 1990s video game console.
Oh, the Sega,
The Sega
Genesis. And your second kid is going to be a little daughter named Dreamcast.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What are the other Sega Saturn?
Sega Saturn. Yeah, yeah. Also, just what was the first Sega? The Genesis?
I don't think it was the Genesis.
I mean, it makes sense that it would be the Genesis first.
Maybe,
Genesis,
yeah.
book of the Bible.
What
I
was
don't
the
know.
first?
I think Sega was just.
They're making like arcade games.
Yeah, that's what I think, but I'm just an educated guess.
The SG-1000.
The SG-1000. They didn't even call it Sega.
They just call it SG.
The SG-1000. The one.
Then the Master System, the Mega Drive, but in North America the Mega Drive was the Genesis. And then the Game Gear.
Dude,
that was
Game
the
Gear
portable
looks so freaking cool.
one. Yeah.
I remember this movie called Surf Ninjas where he played a Game Gear. It was so awesome. Starred Rob Schneider as a high school kid.
Dude, they were pumping out these consoles, man. Okay, 89 was the Mega Drive. Then they had the Game Gear in 1990. The Sega CD in 91.
Sega CD did not catch on, apparently.
Wasn't it just an add-on to the Genesis, I think?
Yeah.
And then we had the Saturn in 94. And then the Dreamcast in 98. Dude, they were just not letting people...
Dude, Dreamcast apparently was way ahead of its time, they say.
Yeah, it was like doing...
I never really played it.
The only game I played on the Dreamcast was that, like, taxi
SSX
game.
Tricky. Oh, I played like some sort of like snowboarding thing.
Dude, do you know what I wish we had still?
What?
Like the demo discs in the mail.
Oh, dude, I remember go to Pizza Hut or like get like the PlayStation magazine and you get a demo disc. Oh, they were so awesome.
Even in that game you downloaded today,
they had a demo disc. Yeah, I started playing Majora's Mask today. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It's pretty cool.
There are so many games on the PlayStation 2 that I have played one level of.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I played one time I was like home alone. I was like 12. And my friend Taylor him and his dad were picking me up to go to church. It was like a Wednesday night. My parents left and I was home alone. And I played the demo of Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Silent Hill 2. Never been so scared in my life. Like, for real, I like got like a knife out that I had from like the China Bazaar and was like,
Dude, you know what? Like, when I was growing up, growing up very religious, I feel like scary movies and scary games hit harder because you believed a lot of that stuff was real.
Yeah, demons and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Like The Exorcism is a way scarier movie if you think that shit can happen.
I remember
to
my
you.
mom being like, "The Exorcist is a scarier movie to Halloween to me because The Exorcist could actually happen."
Yeah, right. My mom used to say you can't watch those movies because they don't want it opening up a portal.
Yeah, I can't play with the Ouija board in here.
Not even play with a Ouija board, just watching The Exorcist.
It's so funny. It's like that what you say about your mom. It's like, no, son, the house isn't haunted. It's possessed.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Dude, that's like not even a joke. My mom, my whole family believes in ghosts and shit. And as a kid, you just implicitly trust.
Are they like malevolent ghosts? Or are they like friendly?
I don't know. I think, I don't know.
Like, that's the thing is like if there's a ghost of like my parents, we had like a rental house that there was a guy, his name was like Johnny or something, and he died. And people would, like, the people we rented the house to would be like, oh, we'd see his ghost. And it's just like, well, he was like our friend. Like, should you be scared of like just like a sweet old man who's now a ghost?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Because like the day my dad's mom died, my mom swears that there was a ghost like banging on the door.
Okay. What?
But I think it might have just been kids ding dong ditching. Honestly, dude.
Little.
You know?
Oh man, that's your dad. Your grandpa's like, let me back in.
Basically, well, the thing about it is, it's like it was one of those doors in old houses that like led to outside, but there wasn't anywhere to walk on. So like it's very dangerous. You would just like fall 10 feet. You know?
Yeah, and there was like a just a circle of salt out there.
Right. No.
Yeah.
But I was always afraid of that. I was also like most children who grew up very religious. I was also terrified of the rapture. You know,
dude, don't like. The one time I thought I got left behind, I was at my grandparents' house working on the cabbage farm in the summer, which I did like every summer. I was like 9 or 10 years old. And I would just like box cabbage. Like the older kids would go out and like cut it in the field, and then my grandpa would bring it in like on a tractor with like a giant wagon behind it filled with cabbage, and then there'd be like child labor factories of just like packing these boxes, and then Bilo would come pick it up. And we'd like, what was cool about the job is you'd only have to work from like 7 in the morning till like noon.
Right.
And then you normally would be done. So I was like riding my bike or something, and I like went in the house. I came out looking for my grandma. They live like out in the country, and I couldn't find my grandma, and I couldn't find my grandpa, and the truck was there, and I ran across the street to the neighbors, knocked on the door, and nobody answered, and no car was coming down this old country road, and I was just like, I've been left behind. I've got to get ready for the tribulation.
Yeah.
So I went in and got my grandpa's shotgun.
So that brings me to another point. I think it'd be fun to do. I just thought about this. Let's do a snake draft of the top 4 things you were afraid of as a child.
Are you going first?
I mean, I can go first. I'll pick Rapture. Well, I'll just start with Rapture. I think we were both very afraid of the Rapture growing up.
Yeah, I was.
Especially as someone who's, I don't know, man. Like, I walked down to the front of the church several times just to double check. You know, like.
It's so scary, man. It's terrifying. Yeah. And just to be like, oh, well, you better be right. You better be right with God or else. Once I was like, oh, but I just, and so now if the rapture comes up, I just lean on once saved, always saved, like pretty hard.
That's like the only part of the Bible you still believe in.
That's all you gotta believe now. No, I lean on once saved, always saved pretty hard. Okay, so snake draft, things we were scared of as kids.
I was terrified of so many things as a kid. So maybe this is gonna be easier for me. Maybe you were just afraid of one thing and I took it from you.
I mean, I was afraid of. I don't know. I'm actually having a hard time thinking.
Well, you can have Rapture.
Oh,
if you
Chucky.
Chucky.
I was really scared of Chucky. I used to watch Chucky, like Child's Play, and like would have the remote and be like 8 or 9 years old, and like they had the channel Recall.
Yeah.
And I would like have it on like Cartoon Network, and then the other one would be on USA watching Chucky, watching Child's Play. And I'd just wait and watch it until I would get so scared that I would have to go to Cartoon Network and like let my heart rate drop. I remember being a kid and coming up with like a really labor-intensive plan of how I would kill Chucky.
Nice.
And like how he couldn't come back. Like first I would trap him, and then I would chop him into multiple pieces. Then I would burn all those pieces on the barbecue until they're ash. And then I would separate the ash into like 10 different containers and put them in 10 different bodies of water.
I thought you were going to start mailing them to people.
Put the ash in 10 different bodies of water. And then you would never be able to come back. That was the movie thing that scared me the most when I was a kid was Child's Play.
Dude, there were so many different...
And also Slappy from Goosebumps, okay. the what's it called? A ventriloquist dummy.
This isn't in my top 4, but in that same vein, the Crypt Keeper. Dude, my friend brought over Tales from the Crypt when I was 5 years old.
I love Tales from the Crypt.
And it scared the hell out of me, man.
Yeah, dude, it's terrifying.
Okay, you got the second pick now too. You got your next pick too.
Okay, so I'm picking Child's Play or Chucky. The next pick, I'm picking my mom. Her mom. I'm still a little scared of my mom.
Dude, that's just good parenting right there, man.
Yeah. She's taught with a strong hand.
Yeah.
We won't get into
The specifics.
the specifics of it, but I was scared of her, and it's we don't need the law involved, not this late in life. But yeah, I was scared of my mom. So that's my two. What's your next one?
Okay, these next one, or probably more than even the Rapture, but I wanted to just get that out of the way because I thought you might pick it. More so than the Rapture, I was so afraid of mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease.
I was terrified of mad cow disease, dude. I went on a strike. I stopped eating beef for a long time, and then one day we were on vacation and we went to Taco Bell, and I didn't know that like the soft tacos had beef in them because I was like 7. And don't let your kids watch the news, guys. Like I think that's the main thing. Like don't let them watch the news.
Yeah, my next two are probably coming from the news if you don't pick them.
Yeah. So I was very afraid of that, and then I accidentally ate beef and like had a nervous breakdown. So I'm like, oh, in 7 years I'm getting fucking mad cow disease.
Yeah.
You know? I don't even know what mad cow disease what the symptoms were. I'm like,
why are they so mad?
feel angry right now.
Yeah, moo.
Yeah. So I don't even know if anyone's actually. I think some people have died from that, but I think it's like a British thing, you know.
Mad cow, yeah, I think it was.
Okay, and then my next pick, I was very, very afraid of this for a long time, and then wasn't afraid of it for a little bit, and now I'm a little bit afraid of it again. That'd be aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
I was terrified of aliens growing up because I watched the History Channel in the early 2000s when they were talking a lot about aliens.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, here's all the UFO sightings we've ever heard about. And there's just a guy like, yeah, I saw alien bodies at Area 51.
Yeah.
And they're coming. They could get you. You know, they can get you.
That's scary.
Because that's also like a monster,
It's a monster that's like that even grown-ups are like, they may be real.
They might be real.
They may be real.
And people, the grown-ups are like, yeah, I was abducted and they did stuff to me.
They probed me.
They did stuff to me, and I'm like, I don't want to get stuff done to me.
Like they probed you with aggressive questions? No, not that kind of probe.
Then I watched South Park, and then I had more questions about aliens. So.
Yeah, your mom surprised your mom and let you watch. South
She
Park.
did not let me watch it.
My parents wouldn't even let me watch The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Okay, my next scared thing, and this is definitely a news one, and it was like unreasonable because of like where I live, but for a little while I was really scared of the DC sniper.
Yeah.
The DC sniper, because he was just like, for like a few weeks, he was just, or maybe a couple months, I don't even remember the details, but he was just sniping people from really long distances. They'd just be like, it's not funny, but he would just be like putting gas in their car, and then it'd just be like, psh,
yeah, he was
dead, like brains.
That's the only killer that I'm like, maybe he was inspired by Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe it was violent video games.
Maybe video games do cause people.
No, it was like he was a veteran.
Yeah.
Who felt like
yeah, I think more so than video games, serving your country will cause that kind of stuff,
Yeah, this one's kind of the Rapture again. So this is an honorable mention, I guess. But like going back to that is like I was always very scared that like maybe my parents had the wrong sect of Christianity.
Yeah, there's so many.
I was always like, well, how do we know that Baptist is real?
Yeah, maybe we should be Catholic.
Maybe we should be, like, because it's like the oldest one,
right?
You know what I mean? It's the one that an actual person who met Jesus supposedly founded.
Yeah.
I mean, I know now that I'm older, a little bit more history behind it and how it's all muddled. But like when you're a kid and you're like thinking like, oh, my eternal soul.
Yeah.
I was really scared. But that's just an honorable mention. There was a time I was scared of anthrax. Another honorable mention. All right. So far I've got
your mom,
Chucky, my mom, DC Sniper, and after that. After that, it gets a little hard. I don't know. I was also really scared of like, what are they called? Like electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just always like double check, like let's not get shocked.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's kind of a weak one. But I can't think of anything else.
That's fine. Well, you had like 3 there, so that's okay. I would say my last one, the big C, cancer. I was afraid I was going to get cancer all the time. One time we were driving with the windows down. I saw a hair fly off in the mirror, and I'm like, I'm getting cancer. I got cancer. I'm going bald because of the cancer. I didn't realize that chemo was what caused the balding, not the
cancer.
The actual cancer. Another time I thought I had testicular cancer because one of my balls dropped lower than the other. And I tried to get my mom to look. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. I'm like, look, can you look at? She's like, no, I'm not looking.
And you were only 3rd or 4th grade?
I was probably 4th grade, yeah. She's like, get your dad to look.
Very interesting.
And I wouldn't do it, so I just thought I had cancer for a while there.
I feel like in 3rd or 4th grade, you're still like a little kid.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm kind of surprised your mom didn't look.
Good,
though. It probably would have given you a complex.
She's above reproach, you know?
Yeah,
she's
for
like,
sure. Don't want to start any rumors.
Yeah, I'm not getting I'm not getting canceled. That's before cancel culture.
Everything's scary when you're a kid, but then when you become adult, like your fears become like my transmission.
Yeah,
and
adult fears, I guess, feel more real to us. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't really. All adult fears are different, I guess.
Yeah, adult fears are like I'm really afraid of being like dying alone. You know what I mean? Like.
The big C. I think actually I'm afraid of a lot of the same stuff.
I mean, medical stuff is scarier as you get older, obviously.
The only one I'm not still afraid of is mad cow.
But like death becomes a little less scary in general.
Yeah, once you start being like, fuck this place. You know?
Yeah, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Well,
that's fun. Okay, we got our fears out of the way. Let's talk about some more fun stuff. I think. We had some topics we wanted to talk about. One thing this is in the news here in Tennessee is the cold beer law.
It's not going to pass, man. There's no way.
For those of you who don't know, the cold beer law is where the Tennessee state senate is trying to make it illegal to sell cold beer at grocery stores and gas stations.
It has to be hot. Can't even be room temperature. You got to put it on the heater.
Yeah.
You got to wrap it in a heating pad.
No, you can keep it outside if it's hot enough.
It's just so stupid. Like, we don't want drinking and driving. And it's like, man, people who are constantly drinking and driving don't give a fuck if the beer is cold.
Yeah, dude.
They will drink hot beer all day.
As someone who was very active in alcoholism for a few years there, I would drink hot liquor. I found gin in my car in the middle of the summer and chugged that shit. You know what I mean? Like.
Ugh.
That
unsettles my stomach just like right now.
Yeah, you probably don't have a problem then, dude.
Oh man,
it's 9 a.m.
Yeah, dude, I remember those days when you like go to work.
Hey, we'll cut this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh yeah,
I'd have a cup of spaghetti in one hand and a cup of wine in the other.
I just remember partying pretty hard back in the day, and just like Andrew would just drink me under the table.
Yeah, we both were drinking.
And
a lot.
It's like I was drinking a lot.
Yes.
You were just like drinking me under the table still.
Well, my wife's like, Matt drinks a lot. I don't think he's a good influence, and then it's like I quit drinking, and then Matt's alcohol consumption
drops significantly.
Christina's like, Matt's not so bad anymore.
It's so true. You were the bad influence on me.
I might have saved Matt's life.
That's hilarious.
The other thing about that is like
that's so true.
The other thing that happened recently,
because I really don't drink that heavy these days.
Yeah, you're like a casual drinker. Like I've always said, Matt's 7th or 8th biggest problem. Matt's like, you think I should quit drinking? I'm like, dude, like focus on the other shit too, man.
That's so.
Go on a walk, go to walk to the
you.
gas station and get a beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, the other thing that happened in beer news this week is Budweiser's sales came out and they're way down.
Oh yeah,
because of the Dylan Mulvaney stuff, And I was talking to some people at a show in Nashville in the green room the other day about how I think like some people obviously changed from Bud Light to another light beer. But I feel like some people were so brand loyal to Bud Light when they did that, they just stopped drinking altogether. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, people owe their sobriety.
Yeah, people are probably in AA being like, "Look, man, I was so mad about."
I just want to thank Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
I never thought I would.
Yeah.
Be thankful for a trans individual, but
Ever since Bud Light did that, I've got my kids back, got my truck back.
without her, goddamn, I just properly gendered her.
Yeah.
I really am changed.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Bud Light will bounce back.
yeah, of course.
I mean,
Here's
like,
the problem though. Like the problem is that like Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light, all that stuff is like it tastes almost the same.
Yeah,
you know?
to be honest, like my personal preference, I would much rather have a Coors or a Miller Lite over a Bud Light.
Yeah,
much rather.
but it's also like, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna like not take it if I want one, but like if I'm picking, if I've got those three, Bud Light is my last option, always. And now it's like after everything that happened, I feel like I have to pick Bud Light, or else like people are going to judge me. People are going to. We have Bud Light and Miller Light on tap, and it's like I'll take a Miller Light, and it's like, oh, you're a conservative. It's like,
I feel like this whole thing. If you're a progressive who actually hates Bud Light, it's real bad for you because you can't send it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this kind of. Are you sure this isn't a Bud Light?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Bud Light. Yes.
But that's not a problem,
it's not
right?
it's not. I'm.
That's not a problem. You'll happily pay for a Bud Light, right?
Of course, yes.
You don't have a problem with any of their practices, do you?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to like if I get like a non-alcoholic beer at a restaurant and they serve me a Bud Light, I have to relapse just to be an ally, you know?
Point. Yeah, for sure. That's so funny. Back to the like. I don't know. Tennessee's got a very strong like holy roller.
Yeah.
Demographic who votes, and it's just like no one's asking them to like stop serving cold beers at gas stations, but it's just they have to have something to like tout out there and be like, see, we're better than everybody.
Right. It's like they're trying to one up Alabama. You know what I mean?
For real.
One up Alabama did the IVF thing. It was like, well, we're not going to do that.
And Tennessee, they're like, well, technically. Your cum is babies.
Yeah.
Your cum is a baby.
But yeah, it's like in Alabama, all those the population just fucking like quintupled because all those embryos that are frozen are people now.
Well, it's just so funny. Like an in vitro fertilized fetus or whatever an embryo, not a fetus. An embryo like that, they're like, it's a baby, and it's like, oh really? Well, if you take a baby and drop it down into liquid nitrogen,
yeah,
like it dies.
It's funny, like
an embryo does not.
The states that want to consider fetuses babies are the same ones that wanted to consider black people 3/5 of a person.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I think it was the other way because I think the 3/5 compromise was like we want to count them in the census. We just don't want to let them vote.
Yeah, that's what it was. They wanted to be like, we need more. We get more congressmen because all of our slaves.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, well, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
it's all fucked up. Yeah,
and I'm really proud of them for being able to do that kind of fraction math. 3/5. That's not easy. 60%. And then the other thing that I've had a lot of fun talking about lately is people who think that Taylor Swift is the Antichrist, Because honestly, like, if you think Taylor Swift is the Antichrist, that is kind of woke a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Back when I was a kid, Antichrist was a job meant for men, Yeah.
It's like maybe a woman could have been a demon, a high priestess of the evil church,
or like harlot,
but an Antichrist themselves,
or Jezebel. Sure,
certainly. That's men's. That's not women's work.
Yeah.
That's men.
Yeah. So, like, honestly, when I see people think that Taylor Swift is the Antichrist, I'm like, dude, I'm real proud of you, honestly. Like, you've come a long way.
You've come a long way, Uncle Dave.
You didn't even realize it, dude. You're like a better person a little bit now.
That's so funny.
I don't think she's the Antichrist. I think she is just a popular singer-songwriter.
Yeah, I think that's kind of that's the whole thing. There's not much more to it. She's just like, the biggest pop star of our time. But like, if we went back in time, I'm sure people thought that like Michael Jackson was the Antichrist. I'm sure people thought like I bet you people thought Elvis was evil. Like, I mean, like
because of his hips.
Oh,
mama.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude,
I'm the Antichrist.
I know he's supposed to be like this, but dude, I can't really do an Elvis impersonation. I just do a Johnny Bravo impersonation, which I know Johnny Bravo's like supposed to be like Elvis kind of a little bit.
One for the money, a two for the show. I drink the baby's blood, and here I go. I'm the Antichrist. I said, ho.
Well,
I'm the Antichrist, gonna bring the world down to the tribulation times. I don't know.
You can do anything, but don't step on my baby skin shoes.
Oh yeah, Elvis probably was the Antichrist. Well, it's like like the Nostradamus. It's like there's supposed to be like 7 Antichrists. It's like Hitler was one and Nero was one.
Yeah, give us your top 7.
Your top 7 snake draft.
Yeah, snake draft.
Possible antichrists.
You could just do all the popes if you're a Baptist.
Yeah, for real. John Paul II.
Yeah, that one pope did look like the Antichrist. He looked like Bilbo in that scene in Lord of the Rings where his eyes pop out of his skull, kind of. You know
Which
what I mean?
Which one? The one that was like only pope for like 10 years.
Not even that. He was very very short-lived pope. The one that retired.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know you could do as pope.
I think it hadn't happened in like hundreds of years.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that as pope. That's like the Dalai Lama retiring.
Well, it's like the Dalai Lama's supposed to be the last Dalai Lama, right?
That's what China's trying to do. Yeah, I think. No, they're supposed to have more Dalai Lamas. I think.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
Panton Llama. There's other llamas out there, But no, it's good. We're real excited. We actually had a fun thing happen this week. Me and Matt did a show in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Dolly's country.
Yeah, it was a corporate show.
Dolly's not the Antichrist.
She's
the opposite of the Antichrist. What's the opposite of the Antichrist?
Second coming? I don't know.
She's the second
See,
coming.
you could say that Taylor Swift is the anti-Dolly, I think. I think if you wanted to say that, that's...
But I feel like Dolly likes Taylor Swift.
Of course, yeah, sure. I like Taylor Swift fine. Taylor, if you're watching this, you're okay in my book.
Yeah, but we did a corporate gig in Pigeon Forge for like a hotel, like a hotel conglomerate group or something like that. It was fun. We had a pretty good time. We had to... we had to edit our stuff. They're like, no religion, no politics.
Which, Donnie Marsh was with us. If you guys don't know Donnie, but between me and Donnie, most of our stuff is religious and political.
Yeah, I didn't have to change that as much as you guys did.
Well, yeah, you have other stuff that you can do. I mean, I had other stuff I could do
Yeah,
too.
yeah, but it's just like some of your best jokes have a twinge of religion or politics.
Yeah, and also, at first they were like, you can't do dirty. And I'm like, well, if I can't do dirty stuff or religion or politics, I might... just do crowd work. I don't know. But we actually did get to do the early show. The first show was a clean show, and there was a comic there, Sonia White, who very nice lady. She was an impressionist, but all of her impressions were from I don't know. I would say like pre-1985 sitcoms.
Yeah, they were like good impressions, but she was like, "This is what COVID would be like on Gilligan's Island."
Yeah, she's like, "This is Green Acres." What if the horse? What if the horse from Green Acres was in the January 6th insurrection?
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like. She was funny, but she's an older lady.
What if John McCain was in MASH?
Yeah. What if current political war prisoner John McCain?
We had a bunch of ones that we were doing after on the way home that were fun. I don't know. I can't remember any of them.
But we got paid pretty good for that show. And the most interesting thing is they gave us each a gift basket.
Well, okay, let's back up a little bit. So we didn't go up until
we were there for 3 hours.
We got there at 7. I think I was the first person out of our group to go up at 9:40, 9:45. And then we each did 15 minutes, so we were done by 10:30. But the show started at 8, so it was a 2.5 hour show. With an intermission that took way too long. There's another comic on there who booked the show. But after it was all said and done, we're like, okay, we're getting ready to leave. And they're like, we want to get all the comics back up here. They lined me, Matt, and Donnie up, and then tell them what they presented us with.
They gave us each an extra $100.
Yeah.
An $100 bill apiece. And then they gave us each a commemorative gift basket.
Right. And I think Sonia White she left early. I'm pretty sure she took my gift basket because the one I got is clearly a woman's gift basket. So we're actually going to do a little unboxing right now and see what's in the gift basket.
Gift basket.
Okay,
Where
here we
is
go.
it? I opened mine. It had some cool stuff, like just like Lindole chocolates and stuff, which were pretty good. The rags, cleaning products. The coolest thing was like is an hourglass with magnetic sand in it, which was pretty cool. Yeah, yours is very like yours looks like what my sister opens on Easter morning. Yes. Let's see what you got.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut this open. Okay, let's start unboxing. Here we go. We got some pure peppermint herbal tea.
Microfiber cloths.
Dude, what if it's like kratom and shit in here?
Microfiber cloths. Oh god.
Okay, we got some blank cards from Hallmark.
You got tweezers, a tweezer
More tea.
kit. Lots of tea. I didn't get any tea.
A nail brush. Oh my god. I can keep my fucking $100 bill in here. This is great.
Another $100 bill.
That would be sick, dude. What if it was? That would have been great.
That's cool.
You can put drugs in here. It's good. Airtight. Notepad. I like notepads. That's sick.
All the tea. It came in with a cup that says "You're my cup of tea."
Hell yeah, dude. We got some picture frames.
I got a couple picture frames of mine too.
Mexican tempting recipe favorites. Was there
Hell
any
yeah.
Mexican person there?
Yeah, I think there was.
Mostly Indian.
No, yeah, there was a lot of Indian people, a lot of white people.
A dish rag.
Few black
Is that a
people.
picture?
Yeah, it's like a thing you hang in the bathroom.
Okay, I'll take it. What is this? Oh, labels or treat bags, sacks and surprises.
Okay.
Okay. More picture frames. Do small things with great love. Air freshener. That's what makes it smell so nice. Okay. A Sharpie.
A purple, light purple Sharpie.
Dude, honestly, my wife might like this kind of stuff. Like the bird.
What is that?
It's just a decorative
You don't
ornament.
put anything in it?
We'll put it up here. We'll add it to the collection,
whoa.
you know? Oh, shit.
A Godiva chocolate box.
Dude, I wish I would have opened this earlier. I could have given this to my wife for Valentine's Day. And...
Wait, we did the show after Valentine's Day.
I guess you're right. Wish they would have given us to. They should have mailed it to us. And then little bags.
Little satchel.
We'll put this up here too.
And then also the basket itself.
Yeah, we can wash people's feet in it like that. He gets us commercial.
Yeah, Jesus washed feet. I mean, this is cool.
It's very cool.
I've never had
Super
a
nice.
show that gave us that gave me anything like this.
They were honestly very cool. And looking back on it, dude, I felt kind of bad taking the $100 bills just because these employers are watching us get $100 a piece, and are they getting any? You know what I mean?
the employee, all the employees there were managers.
Sure.
So I feel like they got paid pretty well.
And I saw one of them at Walmart a couple nights ago.
Yeah, because a lot of the people were from Chattanooga.
Yeah,
they're from 4 or 5 different states, but a lot of them were from Chattanooga, where me and Andrew live.
Yeah. So it was interesting.
This
was not part of it. That's to open it. So pretty cool. I got chocolate, Matt. I might trade the chocolate for Matt's hourglass if that's.
No way.
Well,
open it up.
Matt's like, no way. But let's see what's inside.
Yeah, let's see what's inside.
He learned that lesson. Don't say no without a number. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. This is not what I thought it would be.
Me either.
Ginger Chews. Yeah, the draft, the value of this just plummeted.
Wait a second. These aren't even made by Godiva.
Yeah, this is repackaged.
They just use. What are these?
This is Dramamine? What is this?
Yes, it does say Dramamine.
God damn, dude.
What's a Dramamine chew?
What the fuck?
This is wild. Yeah, it's a Dramamine chew.
What does that mean? What does that do?
Google it. It does say Dramamine. Dramamine.
Let's see this.
I guess like to help you sleep or maybe for allergies or
Dramamine. Dramamine. For dogs, okay? Motion sickness medicine. For the car ride home, you know? We're growing through the mountains. Okay. Damn, I think I just got a little bit of the short end here.
Well, you also got
Some
ginger
caramel chews.
No, ginger, not caramel.
Oh, even better.
So it's like if you want to clear your palate when we eat sushi sometimes.
Yeah. I like this, actually.
I mean, yeah, you did get a little. I mean, getting a woman's box, mine was better.
Well, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm very happy about the show. It was more money than we thought it would be. And, yeah, urinary tract. This is for when you have a UTI. This is definitely put together by a man. I swear to God.
Cran action.
I swear this is put together by a man.
Cran action. Urinary tract cleansing tea.
Honestly, I'm surprised there's not like Midol in here or tampons. This is crazy. I hope no one from the hotel chain sees this. But
yeah, I hope not either. We really appreciate
really
you guys. But you got to admit, this is funny.
This is funny.
You gave him urinary tract cleansing cran tea.
Honestly, Sonia White could have used a lot of this.
And like
stuff.
this is hilarious too. Like you gave him Dramamine, motion sickness tablets in a Godiva Belgian chocolate, the fancy kind of chocolate box.
It's the real
You just repurpose it. Look, contains milk chocolate. Godiva Hearts, dark chocolate.
You know what this is like? This is like that Storage Wars when you see something that looks like it's going to be great and you open it up and it's just garbage.
So funny, man.
This is a Storage Wars scenario. See, I should have made it so you could have bought the Godiva without opening it up.
I wouldn't have done it.
That's my rule. I guess you would have won if you didn't do it. But yeah, okay. Well, that's all we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that was it for today, guys. Appreciate you
Thanks
all
for listening.
Whoever
We'll see
did.
you. I think this was a good one. Let's
Yeah.
end it there. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.